Hi guys, this is Caleb with Precision Cut Lawn Service, and I'm also the founder of the Service Estimator. Again, if you want to use the management tool, I'm going to show you a cool feature today. Click Login, and it will take you to either the Plow app or the Lawn Care app. I'm going to show you something cool within the Lawn Care app. I logged in a test account. A second ago, I showed how to set up a new website plugin that I already had preloaded within the website plugin gallery. I'm going to show you the new plugin that's for sod and seed. So my company out of Indianapolis, we do a ton of seed and straw, a ton of sod. Our pricing's pretty simple. A lot of guys have asked me how we do it, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to this dummy account, so then you have it, and then I'm going to get into the services itself. So it added area prep, sod installation, seed and straw, and then overseeding goes back with aeration. So here's the ones that matter to this tool. So in area prep, to show you, we have two versions of area prep. You have simple prep and then standard. So to us, simple prep is like new construction. So it's pretty much soils on the ground, looks like poop, and you guys have seen new home construction. Lots of rock, everything else, where we need to just go through loosen soils, maybe run a Harley rake or a tiller, and then prep it. Standard preparation is a little bit different. It is more sod, or like turf is existing. You need to actually remove a decent amount of material. There's generally a pretty good amount of work going into it. With us, we don't have start and stop area because ultimately since we'll send out this quote ourselves, we don't really have it be live on our website. We know what our minimums are. Most of the time it'll be like $750 to $1,000 just to come out. So we'll make sure the overall quote ends up right. And so because of it, we try to make sure that if you look at our pricing in simple prep and standard prep, that's just kind of defaulted to where it should be. So then for us, new construction, we charge about 25 cents a square foot just to prep the ground, smooth it, finish grade, anything that we need to then be ready to seed and straw or sod. And then in the standard prep, normally it's about 40 cents a square foot. That's, again, turf, not a ton of roots, of course, but turf that needs to be removed, a little more aggressive tilling and working the soils than standard. Then we'll go to the sod installation itself. Within sod installation, we'll install here in the Indianapolis market either turf type fescue or bluegrass, along with laying a simple starter fertilizer. For us, the sod costs pretty much the same, within a penny a square foot of each other. Our pricing's pretty simple. We charge by the pallet. We will order pallets at a time. So let's say you need 800 square feet. We will give the client either the option of ordering 600 square feet or ordering 1,200 square feet. We just go by those increments. We build in a start price of $250, and then we charge $600 per 600 square feet after for sod. And so you'll see that it's the same for both because, again, our pricing's the same. You guys can charge whatever you want. If you charge more than $1 a square foot, all the power to you. Sod here costs me about 40 cents a square foot. You do have to pay for pallets. You do have a lot of other stuff, but usually within area prep and the sod itself, my guys will be able to pretty easily, for a 3-man crew, clear about $3,000 a day in labor after everything's accounted for. That's what our metric is for something that's a little bit harder, like sod or seed and straw. And then same thing here. Seed and straw is the other option. You'll see starting price, just so then we have enough buffer, and then we charge about 45 cents a square foot for seed and straw, and it will typically be straw blanket. Now, you'll notice that we're very ambiguous in all of this, and it's kind of on purpose. My guys have discretion. So if it was like 1,000 square foot, really tight backyard, that's fenced in, that's downtown, we'll just do loose straw. It'll be that price. But then if it were a really big area that's nice and open and pretty windy, we will probably do straw blankets where we put it down, and we will actually probably inflate that price closer to 50 cents a square foot, since straw blankets are a little more work and a little pricier. So that's how you see it. And now I'm going to show you an estimate. Again, I'm going to just click that same thing. I'm going to do a new address and do 30 last December. Oh, sorry. This is a commercial property. You're going to see it's an old shop of ours. I'm going to default to the sod and seed ones, and none of this other information really matters. Now that we're here, you'll see we also own a design build company called Precision Outdoors, and that's what's showing in this. We've moved, but Google hasn't updated. So now that I mapped it, it shows that it's roughly 6,800 square feet. So simple preparation should be around 100 or 1,700 bucks. Standard prep around $3,000. Ultimately, the reason for it is, like for a project like this, I would send one guy as a a foreman with a skid steer, and I would send one crew member to just help provide labor. A machine would come out. We would plan them for a day of prepping, so taking out all the grass with a skid steer and Harley rake and bucket, prepping, getting everything ready for sod. And then if it was simple, so like it was already bare, it's about $1,700 for that. I'd probably be nicer in reality, but it at least gives you a good default start. And then for sod, go by 600 square foot increments. So since it's 6,800 square feet, either $7,450 for bluegrass or it's $7,450 for turf type fescue. If they were to do seed and straw, it should be around $3,300. To be honest, if they were to do seed and straw, and since it's commercial, it'd probably be simple prep and seed and straw. This pricing, which is actually pretty accurate, is $5,000. We would expect, if this was new construction, a 2 or 3 man crew would go out there, knock out that front in a day, including like any kind of simple grading, prep, and then the seed and straw blankets, because that's not a very big area. And then you, of course, can send it to your client and everything's selected. Now, you obviously shouldn't have sod and seed selected. You could send that quote as what you expect, and if you want to edit the estimate, you can, and then it's pretty much good to go. Now, I don't want to click the send, so then it's saved there. I show test account. There's the area prep, the seed and straw that I selected, and then here's all the information for later, just in case you need it. Let's say that for some reason your client doesn't get the estimate. You can click copy URL if you sent it, and when you do that, it makes it to where they can just click on it. It brings them a map of the property. This is what gets emailed out to your client as well. It brings a map of your property and then all the information that goes with it. And then if the client needs to add any special notes or whatever else they can, and then they can click agree and accept. All right, I hope you guys have a great day, and that's showing you our seed and sod plugin, grass seed, and everything else. Thanks.